So I'm sitting here today, and I'm, reflecting back on everything I've done today. How much work I've done, how productive I've been. I spent a whole day editing a video. I wasn't doing work. Well, what was I even doing? I've spent weeks before just sitting and just But why? Why can't I just sit down and do what I know I need to do? I sit here in bed. My bed's there. I sit there in bed and I can't fall asleep because I'm regretting the fact that I've done nothing all day. And I've just sat looking at a f***ing screen. And because of that, I've done in assessment. I don't want to grind. I don't want my life to be a monotonous grind. But I don't want to procrastinate. I feel guilty. I feel horrible. And I don't do as well as I can. And I know it. And I've never not procrastinated. I've never been productive.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Jake.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Joel.
Jake.
Is it my go?
You guys want to figure out the topic for today?
No, honestly, I don't care. Just tell us.
Okay. Our topic for today and this week is productivity. Who in this room feels they're productive?
Now, no.
Sometimes.
Literally.
Look, there are those times though when I am resting and I am completely resting, but I think that leads to the productivity because you need that rest.
I was just doing this all day. I was editing most of the day. And I felt like shit. I felt like I wasn't being productive. I felt guilty and all that. And Cherdy, you were saying that everything's kind of productive, but I still feel like I could have been doing something else that's more productive. Is there a hierarchy of productive?
Yes, YouTube is the most productive.
Do you want to know that in the last week, I've spent 12 hours on TikTok.
Actually,
The week before was 14 hours, and the week before that was 17 hours in average.
Mine's 3 at the most.
I spent 19 hours on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Even when I'm talking about productivity, I cannot be productive for the life of me.
That's the thing. I have this urge to click on the Don't Make Boys thing and see what someone said. So you're saying productivity is doing what you set out to do?
You might want to do something different in the moment, but if you say, I'm going to do something right, I'm going to do something for the next 3 hours, you do that thing that you want to do for the next 3 hours to a good level. To a level that, even though it's not the purpose of school, it's build resilience, it's a good thing. Still, it's just a generally important skill. So if you can't be bothered to learn math, you learn how to do math, because you're going to need plenty of things in life, but you're not going to want to but you're going to have to do.
You're saying we're doing all this stuff so we can build resilience so that we can be productive in the face of things we don't want to do. Yeah, I think that's a good point. The productivity is actually about being... Listen, how are you?
All the better for seeing you, Jake.
Now, I want to start by asking you just, why should I be productive?
Well, I think if you are going to be seeking a job when you leave school,
Yeah.
I think one of the things you'll be measured on is your productivity.
Yeah.
They'll have a set of aims for you, a set of outcomes they want you to achieve, and your job is to methodically work towards achieving those outcomes so that the business or whatever you're in can thrive.
So productivity is all about bringing value to things. Now that I have decided just now that I might want to be productive.
Good move.
Do you think the most productive students are the best students?
Not necessarily, because a lot of it's about character and it's about the values that emerge. You could be very productive and get an ATAR of 99.95, but you could be an absolute jerk.
And then just personally for you, you're the principal of a school which is pretty high up in the branch of career you're in. Would you accredit the fact that you're able to be productive to the fact that you've been so successful in your career?
I'd hope that I'm productive, but no, I think there are lots of more important things for a leader. One of them might be to build a team. Another one might be to seek the advice of wise elders. So I think, to be honest, being productive would be only one small part. Having a vision, having a clear set of values, having a way forward. The productivity is just moving from there. I'd contend that you'd be a very one-dimensional person if you were a principal who was just a productive leader. I think working hard is really important. I think persevering when you want to go to bed and not study, I think that's really important. So yes, it's an ingredient for success, but there's a lot more to it. That would be very superficial.
What would you actually consider being productive?
Having breaks is really important. Being kind to yourself, self-care is really important. And I think that's part of productivity too. How you keep the engine room well-oiled and prepared is really important.
Okay, and then our last question is, for me and all of Year 12 students and just students in general, what do you expect from us to be productive?
I think you need to set out a study routine that's regular, thorough, systematic, and then I think you need to test yourself to actually see, well, what is it that you've actually learned?
So that's all my questions. I'm out of them.
Well, I hope that's helpful.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Jake.
So now I've established why I should be productive, and I've also established what productivity is. But now I don't know how to be productive. I'm ready to be productive, I understand productivity, and I really want to be productive, but I just don't know how. So that's why I've put together a Google form where I've asked around 50-ish people to tell me what they do to be productive, and I'm going to be finding the best responses and the top tier strategies to be productive with Cade and Megan, my mates.
Okay. What?
So overall, most people spend 3 hours a day studying. Yeah, I don't know where they get time for that.
I said I spent 8 hours.
I think I said 0.
Okay, what about breaks?
Breaks.
I'm pretty sure my entire study routine consists of
And how does that work for you?
breaks.
No, you know what? I'm gonna get real serious.
Uh-huh.
Breaks are actually
Yes.
good because you need a bit of balance because you can't just grind out for like
Yeah.
7 hours.
But
like
then
you
we've
have
got
to.
some answers that are just here, sitting down and grinding. What about that? What do you have to say about that?
I mean, yeah.
But you just said it's all about
And
the
a
breaks.
balanced life.
And studying music, what do you guys reckon about studying
Yeah.
music?
Yeah.
But then
It
like
has to be the right type of music.
Yeah.
Though. Otherwise, you just get distracted.
But I've got a specific playlist I listen to, and all the songs are only there when I'm studying. I don't listen to any of those normally.
and
because
that
it-
works?
Yeah.
You know what works? Oh my god, this is such a good addition. White noise. If you look up on YouTube,
Oh my
just
god,
white
I
noise.
love white noise.
I know.
Yeah. I don't think you'll ever be successful if you're motivated by being scared.
Yeah.
I think that fear helps in being productive, right? Only if it's like fear of death. If you're in like a dungeon and some wizard says, if you don't like get these chains like wrapped around your leg in 3 seconds, I'm gonna kill you.
That's not productivity.
Yeah, because you get shit done. I just think that wanting to, out of fear, doing something, you know, you're always going to feel shit about it.
What would your grey box be if you grey boxed it?
Subjective.
Where it comes from.
Yeah.
So music doesn't work for me.
This kid's, you know, gets shit done when his family says, I'm gonna disown you if you don't get 99.95.
Yeah.
I don't relate to any part of that.
I really think that was kind of fucking good.
Writing down everything I have to do is stressing me out to actually do it. I like this strategy specifically because you feel like you've done something in that day.
So it's about making yourself feel good. as
Yeah.
well.
Who cares about actually getting shit done? Who gives a shit about the ATAR as long as you had fun during
What do
year
you
12?
reckon about those people that like put like 99.95 on their wall when they're studying? Do you know what I mean?
Or people who have like the 90 plus on their background. I hate it.
What is the point? Like, how does that motivate people?
It's
Wait, do people actually do that?
yeah.
I feel like you'd be one of those people.
Having mantras about what you want to achieve that day, or like you can do it, believe in yourself, it makes it so much worse because then you don't believe it. Anything that's written on my wall, I don't believe it. Because as soon as
You
you
put
start
it
saying
there.
something to yourself so often, you start to question it way more often. Deals with that?
Oh no, we have to go. This was really fun. We should definitely do it
Really,
again.
what? So now it's important that we actually talk about what all the things we found mean. So first we found that we can actually really be unproductive. Then we found it was consistent through all 3 parts that people are saying resting is essential to productive. Then third, it was found that productivity is important because it creates resilience. Then we found that productivity, the reason we do it is when we do it, we're adding value to our lives somehow. When I'm studying for software and I'm writing all these notes, I'm adding value to my life. I'm making so I'll get a better mark in software maybe. I'll do it so I'll be better able to write code. Then we found that productivity is like essential to achieving goals. It's like the fuel in the train, but there's still the train. There's still, as Mr. Watts said, there's still vision, there's still the ability to build relationships, the ability to listen to feedback. Then we found some strategies with the help of Megan and Cade. We talked about Megan loved her white noise. Cade talked about how we need like a positive motivation behind us. We can't be motivated by something negative, otherwise it just doesn't feel good to be productive, and that's what we're here for. We're here to feel good. And then Cade said that what really helps her is to write down small goals along the way, to have those little moments of success. And then the most important thing that we said is that it's kind of subjective what makes us productive. It's about finding what's productive for you. So if you're watching this and you want to be more productive, I urge you, do it. Just figure it out. Just be productive. I can't talk.